with coverage you can count on. This is the Erie News Nowcast.
Good morning on your Thursday. I'm Mark Salday. We got the day off to a very cold start. We'll take a look at that first warning forecast with meteorologist AJ Mastrangelo in a minute. First, I want to get you a mid-morning check of some of the stories we're tracking at Erie News Now. President Joe Biden over in Japan today ahead of the G7 summit of world leaders there. But much of the president's focus remains here at home with America's debt default deadline now about 2 weeks away. The White House's three key negotiators worked into the night with House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and his team trying to fine-tune that deal that would raise the debt ceiling and deliver spending cuts that Republicans say are a must. One sticking point in these ongoing negotiations, GOP lawmakers, they want new work requirements for people getting government assistance like food stamps or Medicaid. Now, if the default does happen, Social Security benefits may be stalled, service members might not get paid, and the fallout could impact 401ks and just make it more expensive to borrow money. New this morning, TikTok is now banned in the state of Montana, the first state in America to ban the popular app completely. That's after Montana's governor signed that ban bill on Wednesday. TikTok's been prohibited for state business in Montana since last year, but this new bill forbids it from being offered up on mobile app stores to any users in Montana. Now, implementing this TikTok ban is going to be another matter. TikTok is also facing, though, growing calls from U.S. lawmakers, really a nationwide ban being called for in some circles, all over concerns about potential Chinese government influence over TikTok. Montana's TikTok ban set to take effect next January. Back here at home, the search for a suspect continues this morning, days after that deadly shooting inside an Erie convenience store. Looks like security camera video is going to be a big part of this investigation. That Tuesday night shooting at the Quick Stop store at West 18th and Chestnut left a 22-year-old man dead. So far, police say no suspects, no murder weapon recovered. They did spend a lot of Wednesday going through hours worth of surveillance camera video from the store as well as neighboring homes and businesses. And police tell Erie News Now they plan to step up their patrols in that 18th and Chestnut area, hoping to prevent future violence. That same store location actually saw another deadly shooting less than 3 years ago. An inmate who escaped from a prison in Philadelphia earlier this month is back behind bars this morning. Amin Hurst actually made it all the way to New York City and back before he was captured in Philly Wednesday morning. He'd been on the run for at least 10 days. The 18-year-old had been accused of committing 4 murders. Earlier this month, Hurst and another inmate broke out of the Philadelphia Industrial Correctional Facility, cut a hole in the rec yard fence to do that. That other inmate found and arrested last week. New details this morning on a paparazzi chase involving Great Britain's Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. They say it happened Tuesday night after Meghan was honored at the Women of Vision Awards in New York City. After the pair left the event, a statement describes a, quote, relentless pursuit by highly aggressive paparazzi lasting over 2 hours, end quote. That's from a spokesman for the couple, says it involved a half a dozen blacked out vehicles with unidentified people driving recklessly, talking on the phone, taking pictures, driving up onto the sidewalks. Some witnesses, though, say it's being overblown just a bit, but of course it all comes after Harry's mother, Princess Diana, died in that Paris car crash in 1997 while being pursued by the paparazzi. A relatively small fire at a local school here in Erie County last weekend causing some big changes to that school's schedule. We've learned that the kids at Elk Valley Elementary in Girard going to start virtual schooling on Monday. That's while the building remains closed after that Sunday night fire. Started in a first grade classroom where they were using heat lamps to try and hatch chicks. The Girard school superintendent says they still don't know exactly when Elk Valley Elementary will be able to fully reopen. We do now know where soon-to-be former Mill Creek School Superintendent Dr. Ian Roberts is heading next. He's landed a job in Iowa, the head of the biggest school district there, the Des Moines, Iowa School Board, announcing Roberts' hiring at a recent meeting. He's expected to start that new job July 1st. And now more on a story that Erie News Now has been following. The head of a Canadian company is now looking to make a move into the U.S., and he's got his sights set squarely on Harbor Creek Township here in Erie County. That company is called the Mantha Corporation, and they're looking to build what they're calling an artist-in-residence distillery in the township. Yeah, making booze, expanding its 2 Canadian properties. The proposed development would include 2 warehouses, a couple of manufacturing buildings, and even a restaurant. On Wednesday, that company's founder came to town to answer questions at a Harbor Creek supervisors meeting. And if it's approved, it would be the company's 3rd distillery overall and the first of 5 in the U.S. And of course, we're continuing the countdown to next April's total solar eclipse, and Erie's front row seat for it. Some people may be thinking about renting out their home for April 8th of next year on a website like Airbnb. Well, the city of Erie now officially has some rules in place for those short-term rentals. Under this newly passed law, those short-term rental property owners will have to pay an annual $80 registration fee and get their properties inspected twice a year just to be able to legally rent them out. They'll also have to have at least $500,000 in liability insurance. Property owners caught renting without registering, well, they could face a monthly fine of up to $1,000. And even though that eclipse is more than 10 months away, the planning for it is well underway. Yeah, April 8th, 2024, Erie will be in what's known as that path of totality, a sweet spot where we get more than 3 full minutes of the sun being completely blocked by the moon. And the folks at the tourism promotion group Visit Erie have labeled it the ultimate sunblock. They say local hotels are filling up, bed and breakfasts around the area are already booked. The Visit Erie folks say they have about 10,000 pair of these special glasses for viewing, and they'll be providing them to visitors to town come next April. We're more worried about getting rid of this cold this morning. I know they have frost warnings delaying the golfing up in Rochester, New York, AJ. So yeah, kind of an indicator of just how widespread this cold really is.
Yeah, we did see a pretty good surge of cold air come in here from Canada. Luckily, we'll be seeing those increases of temperatures we head into this afternoon. Already starting to see that across the region. Yesterday, by the numbers, 52 degrees was our high, 37 was our low. So our average high temperature only 2 degrees above our average low temperature for this time of year. So unseasonably cold yesterday into this morning. We'll take a live look now. Actually, that's the wrong camera showing there, but this is our Crime Victim Center sky cam. You see that blue sky, a little bit more of a white haze to it. So we are seeing a bit of that wildfire smoke from those fires still burning out in Alberta, Canada. That'll be the main story for today, is that sunshine, a little bit of smoke in the air as well. 52 degrees right now in the city. South wind 6 miles per hour. Dew point sitting in there at 29. Pressure continues to rise as well, so it's a sign of a good day ahead. We have that high pressure in place. This morning, though, as Mark was talking about, those observed low temperatures, 35 in the city of Erie. We're down to 30 in Ashtabula. Did see a hard freeze there, as well as Meadville. It was down to 31. Corey down to 32. Warren down to 30. And Bradford, you are the winner, I guess, at 25 degrees when you woke up this morning. Let's take a look now at Doppler Max. Those clear skies really did help allow for those temperatures to dip on down. And we're expecting more in the way of those clear skies continuing today. But as we head into tomorrow afternoon, do notice those rain chances increase ever so slightly, with a steady rain expected for the daytime of our Saturday. So let's run you through our first warning weather future cast. Not seeing a whole lot going on once again for this afternoon and evening. Maybe a few more high clouds. Certainly more clouds for our Friday. Possibility of a stray shower. Really not planned canceling type of rain for our Friday. Just once again a 30% chance of a passing rain shower. A few more clouds continuing into the evening hours, but we're still dry here for the most part as we head towards 9, 10, 11 p.m. So you're looking good for your Friday night plans. But if they do carry over to Saturday morning, that's when we see the rain work on in. You see 5 a.m., a little bit more of that green, even some yellows, oranges, and reds showing on up. So you could see a few rumbles of thunder for the overnight into the morning hours. By Saturday afternoon, a lot of that rain shower activity moving further to the west, starting to see that sunshine work back in here towards Erie County just in time for our sunset hour. Looking at more sunshine for our Sunday as well, but we could be talking about a good little soaking here of rain, maybe upwards of half an inch up to an inch here in Erie County. So once again, we're seeing a lot of those clearing skies these next 24 hours. But once we head towards Friday night into Saturday, a little bit of rain. All of that full 7-day after a couple more stories.
First, though, we're saying goodbye to Oscar Mayer's Wienermobile, and we're saying hello to the Frankmobile. Yeah, that beloved Wienermobile, the symbol of Oscar Mayer hot dogs, hitting the road this summer, but with a new name. The change, they say, is in honor of the brand's 100% beef Frank's new recipe. Their fleet of 6 Frankmobiles, no longer Wienermobile, is going to feature their new exterior decals, including a "Please do not lick" decal. And instead of hot doggers behind the wheel of these vehicles, the new drivers are going to be called Frankfurters. All right, well, the NBA playoffs continued last night in Boston. The Celtics hosting the Miami Heat in Game 1 of the NBA's Eastern Conference Finals. And this one was all about a third quarter offensive explosion by Miami. 46 points in one quarter, including former Cav Kevin Love connecting on this three-pointer. The Heat's Jimmy Butler dropped in 35 points to lead the way. The Heat winning it on the road in comeback fashion, 123-116. Game 2 in that best-of-7 series coming up on Friday. Out in the Western Conference, the Nuggets will take a 1-game-to-none lead over the Lakers into tonight's Game 2. And now, AJ, we've documented that, a Celtics fan, but you got to hold out hope. Just one game out of that best-of-7 series.
Yeah, just one game. We got one more at home, so we need that one, and then we need a couple on the road as well for those Celtics fans. But let's take a look at that 7-day forecast now. Some improving temperatures, not just today, but into tomorrow, 64 degrees. Pure sunshine today with a little bit of that wildfire smoke to contend with as well. Passing shower for your Friday, only a 30% chance of rain there. So I don't want you canceling your Friday evening plans. Just be aware and have a plan if you do see that passing shower or thunderstorm. Off and on showers, that's going to be the real stuff Saturday morning into the the afternoon, but you're looking better ahead as we head into Saturday evening. Sunday looking good for the most part. No real rain in our forecast as we head towards Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday both seeing temperatures back to the 70s with plenty of sunshine to go around.
All right, thanks, AJ. That'll do it for this edition of the Nowcast, and we'll be back here on Facebook Live right about the same time tomorrow. We'll hit the airways at 5 a.m. for that Friday edition of Erie News Now Sunrise, and we'll see you then.